What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. You guys have been pretty excited about this build that I've been doing with the 450L. I'm pretty excited to get this thing done also. But before we start working on it some more, I got some things I gotta show you guys that I've picked up since last week. First things first, I got bar clamps because these are the thinner bars and I run the fat bar on my race bike, and I want to run the same bars that I run on my bike, even though this is just a street cruiser. I still want it to have that look and that feel of my race bike and my practice bike. So I got those bars, bar clamps, and of course they're black. I had to do the black ones. Also, it's not much, but I picked up a drain because I have to drain the oil and the coolant and all the fluids out of this thing before I take it out of the frame. The third thing I got for the bike, which is probably the most exciting part, I guess, and this is the most commented. I don't know, everybody has been telling me get a pipe for the bike. So I went ahead and I got a Yoshimura pipe. This is for a 450X though. I've heard and I have read that it will fit on this bike. So I'm gonna unbox that thing. I'm probably not gonna put it on until I get into the rebuild process, but good to know we have it. It should fit, and I'll check that thing out right now and unbox it. Unboxing the exhaustions. Just a tail pack?
You got yourself a header.
Oh, it's got a header. That's nice.
Nice and light.
Nice and light.
A hell of a lot better than the
We're gonna do the reboxing of the unboxing. Okay, we got the exhaust all unboxed. It's pretty sick. The Yoshimura. Again, this is for a 450X. I have heard that it fits on the 450L, which is why I got it. I'm not gonna put it on until we do the rebuild, but I just wanna unbox it and check it out before we get into too close to details of fully rebuilding this thing. So thank you, Yoshimura. This thing's sweet, and definitely, I think it's like 18 pounds lighter. I heard somewhere it was like literally half the weight of the stock L exhaust, so I'm stoked about that. Also, if anybody's looking for a torpedo, I have one. Okay, so we're almost down to the frame. We have the motor to take out, we have the clamps, and there's a bunch of just accessories, I guess, to take off. So we're gonna get started on this. I'm gonna throw this thing on time lapse and then check in later. Should be relatively smooth sailing now because the wiring harness is out. That was the one thing that I was really dreading taking out. So let's get this thing rolling. Okay, we're getting close, guys. Mikey just stepped outside to grab a call, so I figured I'd update you guys, but she's coming along. We're down to pretty much just the engine's gotta come out, foot pegs, the last part of the linkage has to come out. This is really interesting. Again, with the 450L, you get a lot of different things than you get with the R, or I don't know, about maybe the X too, but this is actually a coolant overflow like a car. So it routes to the bottom. This hose goes to the top of the radiator, and then there's a separate one where it goes back, or overflows, I guess. But yeah, so similar to a car, when the engine starts to get really hot or the coolant temp gets too high and that pressure spring that's in the radiator cap gets compressed and the coolant goes out, gets caught by that overflow canister or that overflow can, and then when it cools back down, it can actually suck it back in to the into the radiator, so you're not like wasting any coolant. But again, another thing that Honda went above and beyond on this bike, and I feel like they knew what the laws were and they took an extra step or an extra 2 steps in some cases. But we're gonna undo these motor mounts. I'm sure there's a few other things that we have to undo before we do that, but we're there. We're pretty much ready to pull this engine out and send the frame off to anodizing. Oh yeah, by the way, I kept getting a couple comments saying, what's the point of this? The point of this was to frame this thing because I'm gonna black the frame out, I'm gonna black the swing arm out. I don't know if I mentioned it in the past videos, but that's the plan. I want this thing to be as blacked out as possible and kind of put my own twist on this thing, so it'll be pretty sweet. I gotta get new bearings and random stuff, but we're almost there. I'm really excited to see how this thing comes out when it's all said and done, but taking it apart is actually a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying this and getting my hands dirty. Oh, she's out, finally.
Oh, she's heavy.
The thing probably weighs as much as the stock exhaust.
Yeah.
Oh, she's out. 450L. Engine out.
Get your feet up.
Okay, we got the motor out, we got all the little small accessories off the bike. It's fully stripped down to a bare frame now, which is pretty awesome, but also pretty terrifying because, as you can see, I got an organized mess going on over here. Plastic, headlight, subframe, my new exhaust that I just showed you guys, the Yoshimura one, the old one, mold bars, the frame, the wheels. I got a lot of the linkage parts and radiator, all that stuff over here. Trying to stay somewhat organized. I got the engine, obviously, my coolant stuff, and a lot of the engine hanger bolt. And then you can't forget about the swing arm, which I still actually need to go get my other swing arm and my gas tank. I think that's gonna do it for this video. Pretty much just on the customization stuff. I'll be getting a lot of like new parts and like unboxing a lot of stuff, so I'll try and bring you guys along for a lot of that stuff. And then Mikey's gonna take the frame, clamps, the linkage stuff, and the swing arm when I get it. He's gonna go get that all anodized for me and powder coated. I think that's it for right now. Thank you again, and I will see you next time.
Aside from my soul, aside